Hi, it's Katrina Sawa here. I wanted to do a video to talk to those of you who've been following me, or you're on my email list, or you've inquired in the last 6 or 12 months about working with me in some way to jumpstart your business, take it to the next level, or do a book that would make a difference for you credibility wise and with getting clients and speaking in your business. So, business coaching and book publishing, something I've been doing for a very long time. And I'm changing it up a little bit right now because what I see in the marketplace and what people need. Um, so I've decided to change up a few of my main services and products. And I wanted to do this video to explain to you a little bit more about what things I have to offer in case you are interested in something. What I'm finding is a lot of people want to learn, like I call it spot coaching. They want to learn a little bit about this, they want to learn a bit about that, they want to learn about this, they want to learn about that. And a lot of times people will take courses for that, which is fine. 27 here, $290 here, maybe even $1,000. But I see a lot of people spending around, 50 to $300 on all these little things. But they're either in a DIY capacity where they have to figure it out themselves. They learn the thing, and then you still have to figure out how to integrate it into what you're already doing and how to adjust it to make sense for your industry or your offers or your personality or whatnot. And so I think I've always thought that one-on-one coaching is faster and more effective because, especially with someone like me who really gets to know everything you're doing and how it all flows together and where you want to go, what's going on for you, what are the challenges, what's your lifestyle like, your home life, what things are in your way, are you a caregiver? Do you have a health condition? Are you taking care of a small child or whatever, right? I look at all the things you're doing and how it all affects you making money in your business. I also look at where you want to end up, right? From 5, 10 years from now, maybe 20. But how do we get you there? And so, what the DIY courses and products don't do is they don't do that analyzation of who you are, where you want to go, what you're capable of doing, who you have access to already. They don't do that kind of analyzing of your situation to be able to spit out the right diagnosis or advice. So the business owner who, no offense, but doesn't always know what is their problem, their issue, their challenge, or what's holding them back. They don't always know what is going on and what's going to be the next best thing to do or implement or stop doing. And so you direct those purchases, right? You direct your own where you're going to put your money. Instead of getting someone who can really evaluate where you're at and say, no, 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 I would focus on this and not focus on this until like 6 months from now or a year. Get this going and then do that. Or don't ever do this. This is not going to work for your personality. Or, you know what I mean? These are the kind of things that I do with clients. Sometimes I save people thousands and thousands of dollars by telling them not to do something they were going to do or invest in because it's not a fit. It's not a fit either for their ideal client, their offer, their business, or their lifestyle or their personality. So the point I'm trying to make is that now you're going to get the best of both worlds. You're going to get the right advice. You're going to get it one-on-one because I'm opening up a couple spots a week to do some 90-minute deep dive conversations and coaching calls. I'm open to 2 hours, somewhere in there, like 90 minutes to 2 hours. That's usually the threshold for somebody to be able to pay attention, especially if we move kind of fast and we cover a lot of things. But this is going to be a recorded call. You get the recording of. I will teach you personally things you need to know or evaluate what's going on and then guiding you in the right direction so that you can make sure you're making the right investments or the right decisions moving forward based on where you are and where you want to go and your personality, your offers, all the things. So this one-on-one is where a lot of people don't spend the money. They don't invest at that level because they think, oh, I can't possibly do that. I'll just do this instead. the DIY or the group program, but then you don't get that one-on-one advice. So I'm holding my ground strong, saying one-on-one is still the fastest path to really getting something implemented, or make sure you're monetizing everything you're doing, like speaking to sell, like your website, all these things. You have to make sure you monetize almost every step along the way, or you're just wasting some time. And my two biggest pet peeves is wasting time and wasting money. So I don't want you to do that either. So I put some different offers on for sale. I mean, basically, I don't necessarily have to work with you for a year or 6 months or whatnot. Some of you might want that still, which is great. I'm happy to do that for a couple select people. But right now, I really love doing the spot coaching, the laser coaching on a specific thing, because I can really dial you in and I can give you the best tutorial video of how to do something in a 90-minute call, and you don't have to take a course that lasts 6 weeks or 6 months or 90 days or any of that. You don't have to spend 14 hours looking through videos to try to get the nuggets, the 2 or 3 nuggets that you're going to take out and use from even a DIY or a group course. So it's basically getting you the cliff notes. Like if you've ever read it, the cliff notes some of you might be too young for that, but the cliff notes are when you take a book and instead of reading it, you get just the highlights of the book, right? And so I'm going to give you the highlight reel of what you need to know and not what you don't need to know about a certain topic or aspect of your growing your business. So these 90-minute to 2-hour calls, they're going to be $497. It's totally worth it, you guys. $497 is nothing. I used to charge $497 for 1 hour. At some point, I was charging $1,000 an hour and people were paying it. Okay. I'm not going to do that to you because I want to help more people. And I know some of you might have times are tough, but $497 to get you dialed in on a thing. Now, this could be seeing what's wrong with your website. Like I keep talking about websites because that is one of the single most important things people need to fix. And they're not paying attention to their website. They've done it once, maybe a year ago, 6 months ago, 3 years ago, whatever, but then they just set it and forget it. And a lot of people don't update their website. Biggest mistake. And they didn't get it done by someone who's sales and marketing. They got it done by some techie person who doesn't necessarily know what sales and marketing aspects need to be in there, and or they did it themselves and they're not web designers. So could look like you did it yourself. So websites is one topic we could talk on in 90 minutes to 2 hours. I can go through your entire site, tell you things that should be added and what to say and how to say things differently and where to put things. It will make a huge difference in your lead generation, marketing, follow-up, and sales if you really put that into place. We can do more calls, of course, and I have a team of techies if we need to make the changes ourselves because you don't know how or you don't have someone to do that. I do have, so know that these 90-minute to 2-hour blocks of time, there can be more, okay? And some of us, and we can do stuff for you too. So I'm happy to have stuff done for you, but I just want to impart the wisdom so that, and exactly what to do in order of importance so that you know how to progress and you know what to not spend time and money on, because I don't want you wasting time and money either. And then where to focus to get more clients, see more success, whatever it is your goals are. So the website is one. The book publishing, of course, is another one. I really love talking to people who are writing nonfiction books, the book that goes with your business, that goes with your program, that goes with your signature talk, or whichever one we create first. We can do all of that. But the book plan for how to get it done, what to put in it, what not to forget to put in it, and then how to do the publishing and all the things. What I've found is without some clarity around what you're writing, people don't write. They don't spend the time writing, and they don't see the end result. Like, yeah, I want to have a book, but they leave it on their back burner for like 2, 3, 4, sometimes 10 years. I've seen it happen. And I know that by doing one call with me, I can show you exactly what kind of book to write that's going to bring the leads, bring the speaking gigs, and get the clients. Because I've done it over and over and over a couple hundred times. So I'm super excited to talk to you about book publishing or anything having to do with the book. The other thing is speaking. So I used to have a speaker training, Jumpstart Yourself as a Speaker. I've had an author training. I have a sales training. I have a marketing training. I've done all the things, Jumpstart Your this, Jumpstart that. Like I have done all the things. I don't want to just sell you my training. I want to work with you on what you need. I could sell you the training, and depending on what we talk about, I'm happy to throw in one of my trainings as a bonus too. So if you come to me for book stuff, I'll give you my book training. If you come to me for speaker stuff, I'll give you the speaker training. If you come to me for website stuff, I'll give you the website training. Literally, okay? And the other thing, so speaking is how to get started speaking. What do you need to get started getting booked? And how to determine what your talk's going to be. I have a great custom GPT that will talk through or work through what your signature talk should be. I just revised all my talks this year from like 12 talks that I came up with on my own, hooky talk titles and all the descriptions. And I use AI to judge them up and make them better. And so, and really focus in on less topics. But they're working really well. So I'm super excited to use some AI with a lot of this stuff, by the way. But I'm only going to use it to the extent that we need to, either to do things faster or to get more comprehensive information, etc. But I have some great custom GPTs. So AI is another topic. If you just want to learn how to get better with your AI and how to use it in all the different areas in your business, like I am, I'm paying, $12,000 a year to learn AI from somebody else, my mentor. And she's great and you can totally go to her, or you can come to me and I can spot coach you on the AI things that you need, not 47 different platforms. Nobody needs that, right? So I focus on like 5 different platforms and I use them pretty regularly in my business, and I'll determine which ones you might need based on where you are at, and then I'll show you what to do in those to make it really a partner for you, right? To a partner to help you grow and scale. So AI is another topic. Sales. Sales is one of those things that is kind of of course, I can have a call with you on sales, but sales is more of an ongoing process. If you are not that confident in your selling ability and being able to have a one-on-one sales conversation with ideal prospects, taking them from discovery to where they are, to where vision, to where they want to go, have them uncover the gap of what's missing, and you being able to determine what it is they need, making sure you're taking advantage of what they want and give them the perfect solution. If you can't really hold that kind of conversation, I am an expert in those kinds of conversations. Not only did I know how to do that before I even started my business, because I've been in sales since I was 16 years old, but I took multiple sales trainings in my entrepreneurial journey because there's always more to learn. There's always more to learn about sales. So sales is one of those things that if you do need help with sales, we might need more than one call. I'm just saying, but I'm happy to start one place and find the one thing that could make a huge difference in your selling ability or getting more people to sell and enroll. Enrollment conversations. So, or selling on your website and all that things. But it's really a person, human to human type of selling that is going to be the thing that makes you a lot more money, because you can sell at a higher ticket when you have sales conversations. If you're just focused on like things that are under $100 or $200, yeah, they don't necessarily need to talk to you to buy that, but you might be spending thousands in ads on Facebook or something. I personally would rather have free sales conversations and not spend thousands in ads and just learn how to be a good sales, not salesperson, but how to make people want what you got, not make them, but see that they need your thing, right? So yeah, I've done a lot of sales training. So sales is another thing. Um, let's see. Marketing. Okay. So marketing has changed a lot over the last couple years. And so many of the online platforms keep changing, right? You see it almost every day on Facebook, something's changed, right? And so there's this like crazy. I feel like it's whack-a-mole. Like social media is like whack-a-mole, and social media is not the only marketing you need to do. So marketing is email marketing, direct mail, like in the mail, right? It's phone calls, it's texts, it's direct messages, it's private messages, it's all kinds of messages. It could be advertising, but see, advertising and marketing are different. It could be publicity, getting you publicity. It could be article marketing. It could be stage swaps. Speaking is marketing, right? So there's a lot of different types of marketing out there, and we can help you focus on which types of marketing instead of trying to do every single thing that a speaker out there tells you to do, right? If you're attending a lot of summits, online summits and things like that, and you're learning all these things, you're probably trying to implement too many things. And that's why it's not working. Honestly, in my opinion, we just need to simplify. What are the three things you need to do for your business and your personality and your offers? So, and on top of that, another thing we could do in a brainstorming session is talk about events. Events could be you want to host your own summit, you want to start a podcast, you want to start either a 2 or 3 day event, either virtually or in person. You want to have a conference, you want to host it, right? Maybe you want to have other speakers, maybe you don't. Maybe you want to just teach your own stuff. I've done all these kinds of events multiple times throughout the years, all the way back to 2008. I've done hundreds of events, you guys, virtually and in person, and all different levels. And I've sold over $150,000 on multiple events, multiple times throughout my journey as an entrepreneur. And it's crazy how much you can do when you really have a deep dive experience with those ideal prospects. Oh, and that includes retreats and destination retreats. I've done those too. So that kind of a consult for $497 to really help you get clarity and hone in about what it is you need to do in that arena. I would love to do that with you as well. And then if you need back end help, so techie help could be, we talked about websites. That's one part of techie help. Usually we talk about your CRMs and all your softwares and all the techie things. And usually when I have a new client and I look at everything that they have, we can get rid of a couple things because they have too many things. Okay. And they don't need too many things. And I don't want you switching if we don't need to, if what you're currently in works and will do everything you need it to do. I also want to find a place for you to save money. So if I think you're in something too expensive and you don't need that, we could downgrade you if you want, no big deal. But techie is another topic that I can definitely work with you on because I've been in a dozen different CRMs. I know how to work most of them to a certain extent, and I can figure them out, and I can show you what you need to learn and or how to hire the perfect techie assistant to help you. Which brings me to another topic, which is delegating, right? A lot of times people want a virtual assistant, but they don't know what to hire them for, where to find them. I just had somebody talking to me about that today. And she's like, I need someone to do my VA work. And I said, okay, well, first thing you need is a list, right? So we would put that list together. I would put some feelers out for you. I would even introduce you to a bunch of people that I think would be a good fit so that you have a much easier chance of finding the better person for you and your team. That could be a topic that we talk on. I mean, there's so many different things that we can talk on. I'm looking at my website right now because all the different, I was gonna, I was gonna actually look up my products and services. So let's see. My DIY trainings. What else could we help you with? Networking. Some of you probably don't think you need help with networking, but a lot of people do. Creating your own course or group program or a high-end program. So pricing and packaging your offers because nobody wants to buy a session or 12 sessions. Nobody wants to buy a package of 10 sessions with you. Nobody wants to buy a 3-month program unless they know that we're going to be working through the XYZ framework. And at the end of those 3 months, we're going to have this solution or this outcome. So helping you, if you're a coach or consultant or somebody who even I've worked with therapists and other people like that who sell by the session or sell by the month. And that's not how people want to buy anymore. And so we really need to help you package and price and really promote the thing you want to be known for, right? Um, I think that about covers it. I mean, these are the things most entrepreneurs need to know. Um, it can be any of this, you guys. I know it sounds overwhelming, but I do all of these things in my business. And I love a variety. I personally love a variety. You don't have to love a variety. You can do one thing really well and just do it forever if you want to, if the market will bear it, right? Times change, and a lot of people are seeing a downturn in their revenues right now. And so my goal is to help you turn that around if that's what you're seeing and show you by getting some more clarity on some of the really cool nitpicky things that you can do to really more guerrilla marketing. It's the nitty gritty stuff that a lot of people just kind of gloss over. Oh yeah, I did this good enough. I did this good enough. So let's just get some clients. But you didn't. You didn't focus on a lot of the details. So yeah, I'll put this all together in an email and more information wherever you're seeing this video so that you can, or a web page, I should say. I just honestly, I knew I just needed to talk this out and instead of just trying to put a web page together because I was like, I don't know what this web page, it's been taking me months to try to figure out how to put this web page together on all these things that I'm doing. But I love just having like a 497 for I'll just do 2 hours. I want to help you get the right advice for your business, your stage of where you're at, and your goals. If you keep going the way you're going, listening to random speakers on free summits or buying $27 intro products or even $300 a month group programs without getting somebody who's really invested in learning about you, your goals, your whole lifestyle and how you want to do your business, you're just gonna probably stay relatively stagnant for the journey, and I just don't want to see that. I want to see you make a lot more money doing what you love so that you can put money towards your, I don't want to say retirement because we probably won't retire, right? As an entrepreneur, we just keep evolving it, but we do need finances because you just never know when something's going to happen. You don't know if someone's going to, like, in your family need money or need care, or you're going to have to caregive for someone. You can't work as much. So now is the time to do the money making activities so that you can relax a little bit later, right? Whether it's retired or not, but maybe even sell your business. All right. So, Katrina Sawa, you can reach me at my website, jumpstartyourbiznaw.com. Just go to the contact page if you're so confused and you don't have nowhere to go. And you're like, Katrina, you said something on this video about websites, about speaking, about doing an event, whatever it is. I would love to do one of your 497 calls on that, right? And then we'll get it going and we'll get it going quickly. And you'll have the recording and you'll have the tutorial and you'll be able to ask me questions in the follow up also. So I'm here to be a resource and I'm switching gears to be able to provide all kinds of you more targeted advice. And I'm really excited about that for the next year because I think life is short and we have to really live. We have to live and take advantage of what we can do right now while we're happy and healthy to really prepare for our future. So have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.